Hi, good morning. Thank you for watching. I'm here with Alicia.
Hi.
Alicia comes all the way from Israel. She's a fintech entrepreneur. She's been doing really exciting things in Israel, and now she's moved to Canada Moncton. Why did you come all the way here?
Well, I think that it was a plan that the time comes for us to do that. I have been working with North America for almost 20 years.
Yeah.
And also my own startup before was focused on North America. But we didn't find the time before. My kids were younger. My older kid was in another plans. But over time, it was maturing the idea. And before we took the decision where we want to go to Canada exactly, we were invited to visit New Brunswick and the region, and we fell in love with it.
Oh, that's lovely. I'm so glad that you're here.
Thank you.
So Israel is a small country. You only have 8.5 million people, but you've become a global tech startup community that is gigantic. You've got established accelerators, you've got established incubators, you have startups flying out the works that are doing really cool things. Can you tell us a bit about what's going on in Israel and what it's like?
Also, you checked it
Yes.
last year. Israel is very vibrant in the startup community. If you go into any bar, cafe, or restaurant in Tel Aviv, and you ask who is here an entrepreneur, I believe that more than half of the people there will raise their hands.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur or is planning to be or is already, of course. And I think that became a part of the regular life of any young person, mainly in the center of the country, but also in other cities that have positioned themselves, like in the south for cybersecurity, or in Haifa, the north, for medical devices or medical technologies, mainly because of role models. When you create role models within the scene, others want to follow. So the start of the startup nation in the 90s was very, very crucial for what's happened today. It's not something that happens overnight. It's not that someone say, hey, startups is a great idea, let's do that. We heard about it somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
It became part of a lot of success from large companies in the 90s, and then over the 2000s, moving to more digital technologies. And one success followed the others, and more wanted to follow. When you have a critical mass of investment, of government assistance, and of people that want to follow that path, then you have the scene you have in Israel. It's really amazing. You have every day some meetup going, some lectures, some meetings, anything. Every day you can find something to go and see others, talk to each other. Also, Israelis are very friendly and talk to anyone, so it's easy to get in, network, and get assistance, and they also have opinions. So everyone will help you with your startup, even if they don't have any clue about your technology.
I hope that we can create the same collaboration spirit here.
What I have witnessed here is that people are very friendly, approachable, and also open to mentoring.
Mm-hmm.
And that's very important. And I think that the basis is here.
Okay.
You have a lot of already great startups, but also you have a lot of young people that are coming out of universities that have the potential to follow that path because they are so open to know other people, to get advice in some cases, also to share their experiences or their vision, to talk to each other and to create the communities. And I think the community is key. When you have a good community, a strong community, then the startup scene can really flourish.
Mm-hmm. So Bob was just telling us that we need to speak louder. Apparently, we can't really be heard. So don't be scared to scream at the screen.
Yeah, my voice is not so strong, so I'll try. I'll try.
So what opportunities do you see here in New Brunswick, and what do you think we should be working on to get to that dream community that's collaborative, that helps each other, supports each other, offers advice?
I think that it will be really not my role to say what can be done here when I am a newcomer, you know. So I'm more learning and witnessing and trying to facilitate. I'm not an expert of the entrepreneurs in this area, but because community is so important and community is part of the secret that can create a strong movement in startups and technologies and innovation, all I can do is try to help facilitate the community. And the community not only into a specific location or environment, but in general, the community around the area, around the entrepreneurs from different verticals, from different technologies, from different backgrounds, of all ages and genders. So I think that facilitating the community with some of my experience back there on community-related issues, that's all I can do to help here, really. Mm-hmm. The rest is for the experts that are the local experts, the ones that lead the startup scene here in New Brunswick and Moncton, and are doing it already for many years and very successfully.
Well, you started something called the Founders Cafe in Israel, which really contributed a lot to the startup community in Israel. Do you want to maybe talk to us about why you started it, what you were hoping to create, and what the result has been?
Well, in proportion to Israel, the Founders Cafe was just a small grain of, of sand within a lot of activities, communities, and as you said, so many accelerators, incubators. But it's a good community, it's a strong community. And my partners there are still really running it very successfully. They are putting a lot of content into it. Mm-hmm. They have today boot camps for foreign entrepreneurs that come to Israel and want to learn more about the Israeli scene. They have more programs with international corporations. The Founders Cafe in Israel is full of events, contents, and programs. That I am glad my partners that are really sustaining, because I think that as I said, it's really a grain of sand there, but yet it has over 1,400 founders in the group. So every time you need to create some event or need a group to gather for meeting each other and comment on the issues they have and raise their questions and get some advice, or even just share what they are going through, because founder's life or entrepreneur's life is very hard. That's the spirit there. You have a community that will be there to support you.
Yeah, and do you find that there's a lot of cross collaboration? So you've got the youngsters inspiring older mentors, and the mentors helping with certain aspects of business, and you're seeing just a wave of different people connecting on different aspects. And it's not so much about what can you do for me, it's I can help you with this in the hopes that maybe someone else will help me.
Yeah, we see that in Israel in general, that people are very open and friendly to help others. Even the most successful entrepreneurs are very approachable. I sit not long before I came here with one of the best entrepreneurs and very successful one in the office, and we talked for an hour more or less, and it was a free talk, no strings attached, no what's in it for me, just about, okay, this is what I'm thinking, what do you think about it, can you help me in any way? They will introduce you to others, they will be open to open doors for you. So that is very important, that the people that have done it already are open to help the ones that are just beginning their path. And it's like in the military, they are taking one for the other when one is wounded. So that help, mutual assistance. You never know when the other person can help you, even if they are just starting. So I think that that's part of creating a great startup environment.
Yeah. Well, I'm really excited because, like you said, creating a really great startup environment, because you're bringing the Founders Cafe to New Brunswick. Why are you so passionate about this? Why do you want to bring it to Moncton? What are you hoping to see? This is
I
making me excited.
I really want it around me everywhere. It's
Oh,
like,
really?
yes, if I am here, I want to see the Founders Cafe around me because it's a gathering that gives me back also so much. I know that every person that will be part of it will also gain and give back. So for me, it's like having a house, a tree, your car, Founders Cafe. That place that you can safely tell about your failures,
Yes.
your issues you are facing. You don't need to be afraid to say, oh, they will think I am a bad entrepreneur if I don't do it right the first time. It's okay. We embrace every type of the path that entrepreneurs is going, and we try to help each other, but mostly also to hear and to share. And that gives a lot. So
Yeah.
the Founders Cafe is that safe environment for founders and entrepreneurs, but also for innovation leaders from large corporations that are not coming to invest or buy. They are coming really also to share their visions and needs for the future, because that helps to the rest of the entrepreneurs and founders to find sometimes that focus, that ideas, the way they could approach a large corporation. So not only entrepreneurs and founders, but also leaders in different corporations can gain a lot from that, direct relationship with the startup community without the feeling that they are obligated to offer any kind of specific assistance or due diligence those companies for investment or for buying some product, but just be one more of the community and gain from it and also give back whatever you can. So yes, for me was part of my daily life, and I'm very glad that I found here people that are even not less but more excited than me to create those communities and strengthen them. So I'm here so glad to have found that spirit too.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, at Venn, we believe that New Brunswick is going to be a tech industry leader, and we're working really hard with a lot of organizations across New Brunswick to try and make that happen. And it's about the startup community and enabling them and supporting them. And I'm really excited to see what we can start. And it won't just be a Venn thing, it'll be a community effort that's going to be led by Alicia. She's going to be the startup champion. So if you're a tech entrepreneur or using tech to enable your business, if you're a founder and you'd like to come offer some advice, please come. You don't have to come for the full 3 hours. Come when you can, ask questions, share your stories, share your advice, and hopefully this will turn into something amazing. And maybe we could have them like across the whole New Brunswick with different organizations running them too. Then you're going to become a very, very busy woman if you're not already.
I am already, but it's really a pleasure. And as was said already, it's not a one-time event to just say, hey, I'm here, let's talk. I hope we will really turn it into an ongoing effort that everybody knows when it's happening every time, and they can join if one time to get advice, one time to help others.
Yeah.
You don't need to have a specific issue right now to come for the Founders Cafe event.
That's a good point. Come just to start building the community, get to know people who are in the same space. But yes, we hope to see you there. I'll put the information in maybe the comments or below the description just so that you can find it easily. And of course, we'll be promoting the event up until, so you'll get lots of reminders. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us. And thank you, Alicia.
Thank you, and thank you.
Bye.
See you.